welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Ifoma. I'm a fashion designer and a pattern dressmaker. For today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to attach your cuff to your placket shirt sleeve. If this sounds like something you want to learn, then do stay tuned to the end of this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe. Without further ado, let's jump right into this tutorial. Starting off, I have my peplum stay, or you can call this your collar stay. A good thing I like about the collar stay is even after washing your garment multiple times, you still have that firm look when you use it for your cuff or you use it for your collar. I also like to use this for peplum. I'm going over now to measure 26 inches, which is my cuff width, and then 2.5 inches for the length of our cuff. Here's a visual of how you can take your cuff measurement, and this is how you take your wrist measurement. The thing with the wrist measurement, it depends on your preference, how firm you want it or how loose you want it. You're going to be folding this in half. This is if you want this round edges and not the sharp pointy edges. Me, I wanted the round edges, so I'm just going to trim off a bit. Now you want to proceed to cut this on your fabric. I have my fabric already on fold. I proceed to pin this down. What you want to do is pin, then you go ahead and mark your sewing seam allowance. For the sewing seam allowance, we're going to be using 0.5 inches. You could go with 1 cm, whichever one you want to work with, but I'm working with 0.5 inches. One of the good things with the collar stay is it's fusible, so you could iron this on your fabric, which I have done on one side of the fabric. The other fabric does not have any collar stay to it. You want to take the measurement of the hem of your sleeve and subtract that from the measurement you have on the collar stay we're going to be using for the cuff. So there I have 12.25. I will subtract that from 10.25, which is going to leave us with 2 inches. Yours might be different depending on what you draft on your pattern for your sleeve. So I'm left with 2 inches, and I'm basically going to be folding that 2 inches, leaving us with a pleat looking like this. So the pleat is going to be 1 inch away from your plackets. You want to take one side of your cuff so you place this right side of the cuff facing the wrong side of the sleeve, leaving out your side seam allowance, which is 0.5 inches. Remember guys, you have to leave that sewing seam allowance before pinning this down. After pinning and stitching this down, you should have something that looks like this. You could also see a ½ inch hanging by the side. We're going to be making use of that, but first please give this a good press so it looks something like this. Then you're going to take the other part of your cuff, facing this right side facing each other. If you're observant, you will notice I folded the sewing seam allowance for the bottom part, folded it up and we're just basically going to be sewing this. Please try your best to avoid sewing on the collar stay. You want to avoid sewing on the collar stay, but still sewing as close as possible to where you have your collar stay. Next, you're going to flip this over and you have something like this. Then you top stitch. You can go ahead to top stitch the edges and give this a good press. It should look something like this. If you notice, guys, we haven't added our buttons, neither have we done our buttonholes. The link to the placket tutorial is going to be in the description box below, so you can check that out. Yes, the tutorial is up on how to make the plackets. Anyways, guys, this brings us to the end of this tutorial. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. I post sewing tutorials every week. Thank you, guys. I'll see you in my next tutorials.